You can hear me in your headphones. Yeah, my headphones are fucked. You can't hear yourself talk. You can't hear it.
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah, that's really loud now.
Yeah, Pete Thompson, thanks for coming on my show again, dude.
No problem. It's good to be back.
Yeah, man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's been like...
Big changes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you've been here
lights?
since then. You've been here since then, though,
yeah,
haven't
I've
you?
seen it, but like it's it's different to be on it. And kind
But you weren't on it since the backdrop change?
You had the like bed sheet or whatever. Remember the
This thing?
yeah. It's like the most universal thing.
Busted.
And a very basic setup. But
Yeah, it was bullshit back then. Yeah, no, it's good. It was
like
well, it's the same thing except there's about $10 worth of plastic and $4 in spray paint. It's the only difference real right
now. It
now.
adds up. Don't worry about it.
But yeah, sweet. What were we just talking about before I switched into? We were talking about something. Do you remember?
No.
Okay. Well, anyway, Pete Thompson's a friend of mine. I've known him for a few years now, and he's come on my show again. It's like the third time you're on my show, maybe fourth, maybe fourth.
Yeah.
Back
when it was like old school, like just getting.
Pete was on. It was like when my camera was held up by my cupboard door, or my cupboard handles when the phone would go up there.
And then just want to kind of get started, test some stuff out, and it's all working out.
And now we're
here.
Exact same spot, a different angle.
Yeah. A better angle.
Hilarious.
Yeah. And $15, but that's you gotta spend money to make money, right?
Yeah, you gotta spend money to make money for sure.
That's true.
So we're here now. We've been drinking beers this afternoon. So we decided to do a podcast.
Yeah, why not?
We know what we're gonna talk about here. But I did have a couple things. We were talking about when we were at Pangea in town. Shout out Pangea.
We were talking about groceries.
We were talking about groceries, but we were talking about if you see someone just walking out of the store with toilet paper.
Or no, we were talking about how people judge you based on what you're carrying around the store.
Oh yeah, for sure. That's
you look whenever you stop and talk to somebody, right? So you recognize somebody in the grocery store. You have a look, right?
You look in the. Do you look in the basket? You're like,
of course.
I don't know if I do.
I think it's part of whenever you look at it, you kind of gauge how healthy a person is or how well they're eating. Or in my case, it's like milk and cookies and a loaf of bread, and they're like, that's it.
Dude, I ate a box of cookies last night. The celebration ones.
Yeah,
the whole thing.
They're so because they're on special right now too.
I know.
Fresh Street, and you get but I feel like there is a bit of a you suss people out, right? You can kind of see what they're buying and kind of like have a look, and I'm always the one that's in the worst case because I don't always have the same stuff, and it's
I wonder. I maybe people are influenced by what they shop, for what people see of them. But like I only buy certain things when I'm seeing the grocery store. I'm always carrying vegan shit around.
Healthy.
But
lots of fruit and veg, right?
I don't. The grocery store for me, man. I put my hood up and I'm like, I don't want to see anybody. I'm just gonna grocery shop and get the hell out of there.
Well, it happens. You bump into somebody and then.
Do you ever evade people in the grocery store?
Oh yeah, for sure. And it works out a lot better now with like the directional lines because you can't walk and
I think the mask because a lot of people, the dodge people, a lot easier than normal. The mask, if you're in a grocery store, if anybody out there who listens to this is like telling it, I think it's rude to avoid people in the grocery store. It's if you don't do it, shut up. You do it. Everyone does it.
Oh hey.
Or you're like,
didn't recognize you with the mask on, which we kind of did. But
dude, if you see someone first and you got to take an offensive move and get like do the offense and get down a different aisle. You then have to see, it would help for you to see what's in their basket then, so you know where they might be going. Avoid
you know what the best one is? It's like whenever you go, okay, cool, I'll see you later, and then you get up to the lineup and they're standing right beside you, and you got to stand with them.
What's the etiquette there?
I don't know. You just make it up as you go. Every time's different, right?
You're like, say you see someone in the aisle, right? Yeah, if you have a 5-minute combo, you're nice, you're friends.
Hey,
cool.
See you in a bit.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you, Pete. Yeah, catch you next time. Boom. 2 seconds away, you're like right by. You're like, what do we do now?
Yeah. I usually like to play a joke with it too and be like, oh. Bumped into you again, huh? It's been a while.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard joke.
Yeah. It's not great though. But
no, I wonder what the etiquette is. I just kind of go, hey, yeah, and I don't really get embarrassed. I'll turn around. I'll just stare ahead and go, we've talked. But I also won't.
I'm okay with talking.
It's a weird thing.
So I'm also okay with like,
life is so fucking weird, dude.
I love like walking past and my dad was always very good at this. Like he'd wave at everybody, right? And I used to be like, who are you waving at? He's like, oh, I just know this person, right? So, walking through I'll give people the occasional or the wave, right?
If you did that to me, I'd be like, are you hurt? Are you okay?
Yeah, he needs medical assistance for sure.
Yeah.
But it's worth it to just like, at least on my part,
Sure.
I'm like, hey, I've made an effort to say, hey, I've seen you,
But we're talking about and as friendly as you need to be friendly.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm talking about the second time around. If you see them in the lineup,
yeah, who cares?
you re-engage.
Yeah. But I'm comfortable with that second conversation too, right? You got to be able to, have that conversation. Make a joke out of it.
Do you feel like sometimes small talk is the same as when people interview hockey players after a game?
Mm.
It's always the same kind of stuff. Like, play the puck harder, get to the net, get a team, blah, blah, blah. It's like,
it's a
the
script,
weather
right?
sucks. Good day, I'm busy. Well, the kids.
How's the
all this
biking going? Is it biking or
That's-
skiing? Did you
It's
ski
the
today?
same thing. I think we should just stop and go, hey, we know you're going to give me the answer of like, if I know you well enough to say hello to you, I probably know you have kids and I probably know you mountain bike. I probably know it's busy for you because you're a busy person. I don't see that often.
Yeah.
I think it's the same as when, news guys or sports guys interview hockey players or any sports player.
Same questions same answers every time.
Yeah, it's a different day.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm okay. Like, I think there's something to be said about being good at having those awkward conversations.
Right. Okay, but right. Sorry, but then we were talking about earlier. Catch up again. So we were talking about earlier though. You can judge who they are by their groceries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What if they're? But you said you're judged poorly because you're always eating like candy.
Really bad stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But really, when you go grocery shopping,
I don't grocery shop.
do you just eat?
I buy what I need.
You buy things at the grocery store, but you don't go grocery shopping.
Totally.
Right.
I've been to the grocery store.
I wouldn't say I'm a grocery shopper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But so,
because here's the thing: I don't cook at home either.
see, I mean, I'm like this. I cook at home a lot, but I'm like sometimes living on your own. It's easy just to not just go get it. It's cheaper almost.
Time, effort,
Right.
all that stuff.
Have you ever used like the HelloFresh or
No.
HelloFresh or whatever?
Not yet.
I don't know if I would.
Yeah, I still probably wouldn't cook it.
Because I just get food and then I eat it.
Yeah.
So if I got those, they'd be delivered. I would eat. It would just be like I would eat a bunch of meals in a row rather than just snacks. I don't know. It's a weird thing.
It's for me, I'm really bad at it, and I've had a lot of people tell me that it's not good, but I don't care.
When you
I literally do the circle of restaurants and
Right.
like, in the town. Right?
Yeah.
You finish work and you're like, okay, where am I going to eat tonight? And
I mean, it's social.
it's something like that. Sure.
Yeah.
It's also a lot of money, but
When you were a kid, what did you have in lunches? Like when you went to school? Like I had what did you have? Because I the same thing around the world. What'd you have?
I had a toasted bagel
Okay.
with ham and cheese in it.
Like every day?
Most days.
Yeah.
With ketchup in it too.
Ah, gross. I fucking hate ketchup, dude.
Right?
I like those things, but not on that.
So my parents had a Foreman grill or whatever.
Yeah, okay. Oh, really? I never had one of those.
So you get the big, obviously, ham, cheese, ketchup.
Yeah.
Grill it.
Ah, dude.
Put it in the lunchbox. Away you go.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And then it was about the same, pretty much the same, like standard, like give or take a few things, variations along the way.
Yeah. And there's
Right.
some other sandwiches, but
Yeah,
I used to eat. Yeah, we used to do like a lot of lunches because
I would have between ham sandwiches, bologna sandwiches. I didn't like chicken or turkey when I was a kid. So I'd be like ham sandwich, which ham is gross to me now. But then bologna, I used to like that.
bologna's not a big thing.
It's disgusting. I used to like
even
it.
the word bologna.
Oh yeah,
bologna.
bologna. I used to like it when I was a kid, and there's like fried bologna stuff like that. But I had that a bunch, and it was like juice boxes all the time.
Oh, yeah, juice box. Yeah.
Yeah, always. Like I always had apple juice or like
Yeah. They're really good when you're hungover too.
Dude, you could smash them when you squeeze them and you
Totally.
and then you blow them up and you pop them, you jump on them.
And you're like, when you're not like 10 years old anymore,
Yeah.
you're 30 and you can do whatever you want. And
You could
crush
yeah,
drink all them all.
I'll drink a 3-pack right now, dude. I'll crush all that
Yeah.
cardboard. Yeah, and then but the fun part was blowing up and popping them, like putting on the air and you can't just jumping on them.
Yeah.
Or blowing the plastic off the straw thing, just like you just break the top of the plastic coating on the straw.
Yeah, like McDonald's, right? When you go to McDonald's, you do the straw.
Yeah, that was tough though because it was paper. It didn't always work.
It did. I always had a
Right.
good thing, Not that I went to McDonald's a lot, but
We used to have these. It was like the lunchtime, like in our high school.
Mm-hmm.
The burgers, even back then, they were like protein burgers. They were called.
Oh,
they weren't burgers.
Yeah.
This is like, I went to high school in
like when you call it chicken, like
early
white
'90s,
meat.
'80s. Yeah, it wasn't even meat. It was like beans.
Like, yeah,
it was like bean burgers. And now everyone's like, we were so advanced back then. They were just bean burgers. Now everyone's talking about how good bean burgers are, and they're all putting like veggie burgers. They're pretty much.
School dinners aren't great, especially back home too. They were a curry chip. You know what a curry chip is? chips with curry on it.
Like French fries with curry.
French fries with curry. Sorry.
Yeah, no, we didn't have that. Ours was like just French fries with gravy, and we put gravy in.
And then you get a bap with it too. For like
a bap. What's that?
Like a bun.
Like a bimbap thing?
No, a bun, like a burger bun.
Oh, just a bun.
Yeah, but you get that.
Oh, that'd be good.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
You put your curry chips in there.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Yeah.
Oh, so you have a bun?
With
you
a
have a French fry sandwich.
Totally.
With curry sauce.
We called
it's probably pretty good.
We called a chip buddy.
It's probably pretty good.
Yeah,
because you get them at night after the bar, right? They have them on the street, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But that's England. Is it Ireland too?
Yeah.
Just all the UK,
it's all
right?
the same.
Right.
You know, the food's pretty similar over there. Not a huge.
There's a huge Indian influence of food over there, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There's a local restaurant where I'm from called Spice. And
Spice?
Yeah. That's really good.
Is it hot food?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, it is pretty. They do pretty spicy.
Yeah, there's a place called the Spice Hut near Duncan on the island. It's so good, man. It looks like a cafeteria when you walk in.
Do you like spicy food?
I don't mind it. Yeah, I usually have spice. I put it curry or not curry.
Chili powder.
Yeah, chili powder in my eggs every morning.
Oh
yeah. Like I have spicy breakfast.
Yeah, we were talking about Tabasco sauce earlier.
Spicy breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like Tabasco sauce.
Yeah.
Or even sriracha. What's your sauce? What do you eat?
Both of those.
You like them both?
Yeah.
I think it's a like a trendy thing to like.
It is
trendy thing to like sriracha.
Yeah. I just don't post enough about it, right? How much I like it.
No, I think it's gross. It's like wasabi was cool for a while. Now no one likes wasabi.
Yeah, no, wasabi's like whatever.
It's tough, man. It's like an acquired taste. I think it's like.
But they also talk about it being addictive too, right? Like the
wasabi.
Any kind of spice, like
the rush of having
hot sauce, and like like for your palate, it's like
You know what's super unique is horseradish.
Yeah,
dude, that's a very no one can.
I think it's one of those things. You either love it or you hate it, right?
Yeah, but it's a very unique flavor, hey. And it goes with so little stuff. Like it's like
a hot dog, and that's it. Or burgers.
I would probably. Yeah, I never thought of. I never had horseradish on a hot dog. Is that weird?
No, I think we had it
like sauerkraut on a hot dog.
Yeah.
But horseradish to me, man, just straight up horseradish. People put it in Caesars, yeah, whatever. One thing, or you put it in ketchup with. Yeah, you put it in ketchup to make like seafood sauce. That's pretty much all it is. But horseradish is a strange one, man. I don't know. It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's like so bad.
So here's the thing. I just got to start making more food. I got to start cooking at home more.
Right.
Because I'm really not good at it. Because
dude, and you don't people judging your grocery choice anymore. So you want to have good, healthy choices in your basket.
Like if somebody comes, if I've got friends over, I'll try and make something. I'll put the effort in there, but it's very rare that I have or I ever really cook for anybody. So I'm just like, why not just order it?
What's your if someone's like, if you make a meal, what do you make? Spaghetti
bolognese or something like that. or like a chili or like
every dude's like, I can make chili.
Totally.
And it's like whether it's good or bad, or I can make some kind of sauce. Yeah. I agree with that.
Spaghetti bolognese, chili, or a curry.
Right.
I
don't know. I haven't made much curry. I haven't really.
I kind of cheat. I use that curry paste a bunch. Like it's.
Yeah. Well, I went to Subway today. I went to Subway, healthy Subway, and I was.
What'd you get on it?
I get the BLT. I don't like their meat that much. I get the bacon, but it's whatever.
It's weird.
I'm sure it's all gross. Someone's gonna yell at me, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. It's not fine. But all I like is that the fact that I'm like put a ton of mustard on it, and then I took a bite and a piece of lettuce bounced out and rolled down my fucking white sleeve. So I have 8 dots of mustard on my white sleeve.
You didn't shut up right
I thought about it before it even happened. I'm like, I better not spill this thing. And right away, boom.
Over your good grace.
Fucking rogue piece of lettuce just jumped out and
makes me
ruined my fucking hoodie because you're done with mustard.
Hang on, but even I think like Subway's kind of considered to be a healthy option too, right? And it's really not.
I think it is, but the whole thing's a sham. Cause I think that Jared guy turned out to be a creep. I think he did something weird, and
of course.
They couldn't classify their bread as bread or something like that because there's so much random shit in it. Yeah, so I had it today. It was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should have been here for the donut contest, man. Sorry you weren't part of that.
That's okay.
It was really gross.
Yeah,
it was disgusting.
I kind of seen like the teaser for it. And I was like, yeah.
Dude, it was really bad.
So what's next on the list? You like to say this on this or like
for food?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd like to make it like a different thing. It should be like I think it should have its own little thing going on. But we gotta do more pizza.
Have you done beer yet?
No. I've had a lot of people ask me to be part of the beer one. I'm like, I can't have 10. I mean, I could. We could just mic the room and get drunk in here. But I think there's a few good friends of mine, like Fraser and Adam and yourself, that want to come on it. Tyler for sure. And then we're like, well, then how do I have 6 people on it, right? So I might have to do a roulette or something.
Sure.
Or like, pick a number between 1 and 10. Or paper, rock, scissors contest. I don't know.
Sure.
But yeah, so beer next. I don't know. But why are we getting suggestions?
Well, no. It's just like there's plenty of options, right? You get plenty of feedback from people too. I love the way people kind of approach you about it, and like they kind of say like where
it's weird.
Yeah,
it is weird. I don't get very many. It's funny. Like the pizza one's got a bunch of views, and no one's mentioned much about it. The Chocolate Bar one, no one gave a shit about, but everybody I see is like, I watched Chocolate Bar one, and what the are you talking about? And I'm like, there's like 28 views on that, but I've got the most like either direct texts or messages from it.
Yeah.
Then the ones with 500 views, and I'm like, no one. It's really weird. I'm like, in the Chocolate Bars, it's just like a gross.
How many views do we get on my first video? Do you know?
Those ones keep climbing because people keep watching them because they go back, right? Yeah. Your first one, we could look and see.
Yeah,
we should do a deep dive into this podcast right now.
Yeah.
We're gonna look back at Casual with me and whoever's been on the show and see. Dude, it's embarrassing. I don't even know why I want to bring these numbers up, but
you don't have to say whatever.
I got 71 subscribers right now.
Nice.
It's pretty good. For now, I'm gonna have 72 in no time.
Yeah.
Videos. So there's a lot of them. There's 45 we're coming up on.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first one with Pete Thompson, you're number 3, the number third podcast.
Oh yeah.
You got 44 views.
Okay.
And the second one with my podcast number 2 with Tyler, 73 views. And then my podcast with number 4 with Levitt's got 69 views.
Nice. I wish I had went back and kind of looked at what because we could have continued conversations from there and then had
Well, my first one with me and Berard's got 83 views, and that was when the controller or my phone was up on my cupboard right there, and we were just looking down. And then the numbers are somewhat abysmal for the most part. And then my brother and I got 108 views on my 12th podcast.
Nice. That's
when the shit backdrop jumped in, whatever you called it there earlier. Yeah, the old lady's diaper hanging behind us here. And, sorry, excuse me. And then the mayor came on, and his has a bit of a false start because he got 80 on the first podcast, and then the sound cut out somehow for some part. YouTube kind of caught it off or something. I had to re-upload. It's got 54, so he's got like 130 views on his.
Nice.
Then it went to Jenna May, which is 122. Jamie Drummond, 192.
Nice. Yep. Chad,
109. Then it starts to go like 100. There's 275. It gets higher. 103. Then COVID hit, and then obviously was the video ones.
Sure.
And then now we're getting back. The pizza one's got 490.
Nice.
Madison's 147. Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. Me and Tyler with the donuts is 102.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know. That's
great.
40. This episode 45. It's a bit of a milestone.
I think it was about you wanted to try it and give it a go.
Just fucking around.
Totally. And here we are. You're still
doing it.
Dude,
the date on yours is October 27, 2018.
No way.
That's a while ago. Just in my kitchen.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Doesn't really matter. I mean, 44 views. Anybody? No likes. Nothing. Sorry, man. No comments.
That's okay. Who cares?
Yeah, but yeah, that was pretty funny. Yeah.
And
it only says but that's still it'll be 3 years this October.
Yeah. Wow.
Look where we are today. Again, we talked about it already. Now we're just facing a different way.
Yep. With better lighting.
Yeah, better lighting. There's something behind us. This is going to be a pretty interesting podcast. Yeah, man. Yeah. You know what's interesting? Is when you talk about painting. I used to paint with you. I'm like, man, I just kind of like, there are times where I'd be on a ladder and I'm like, I'm not a ladder guy. Like, man, there's times where I'm like, I was thinking of you paint the other day and I was like, so I was down working at a house in Nestor's there. The guys up on ladders are up on scaffolding. I'm like, man, scaffolding would be way easier to get in front of my house, but it would take so much time. I'm like, remember those times on a ladder where I'm like, man, I should not be up here. I'm like, I should not be.
Well,
like, there's times where you're like, there's ways you're leaning. You're like, I should not be leaning this way.
Yeah.
to get where I got to get, because you're like, you grab onto the soffit or something,
Yeah.
and then you like lean out.
Yeah.
It's fucking sketchy.
So it's more about like, you know, I think that if anything's gonna go wrong, like I'm currently training the new guys at work too, and it's like
right.
It's more of a, if anything's going to go wrong with it, it's going to happen at the bottom. As soon as you put the weight on the bottom,
right,
you know, especially if it's a big ladder too, it's going to work itself out. But I hear, like, it's never, I've always been pretty comfortable with that stuff, right? You know, and I think it's like a lot of stuff, you know, it just takes a bit of time to get used to, right, and trust it. And
I just tapped off my head, sorry, that in a town like this where people ski, snowboard, mountain bike, run, exercise, they work on their balance unwittingly and wittingly a lot, right? I just thought, I'm like, well, maybe it's just you're actually in a good spot to get people who've never done it before to hop on a ladder and do shit.
Yeah.
Because they're, and maybe not everywhere, but I mean, like, maybe this is the, like, maybe I'm wrong, but if you went to like a city,
yeah,
I don't know, unless like maybe obviously people who are active in the city, but this town is probably people more balanced per capita, better balance per capita than like most parts of the world,
and also better just that. Being in situations where that are not like kind of like comfortable in, right? You know, if they're
like first time ladder climbers,
yeah,
there's probably more in this town that are better and more comfortable with it
than what there is in
first time ladder climbers in like some other city.
Yeah. So, but it's you know,
but maybe city people are good at heights because they're also high.
I would imagine that a lot of the stuff kind of complements each other, right? But you know, it's like when people talk about slacklining being good for climbing, you know, it's like I don't think that really helps.
Is it? You
What's,
heard it here, folks. Pete doesn't think slacklining is good for climbing.
What's really good for climbing?
What? Climbing. Yeah. What's that from?
I don't know.
It's not climbing they use, but they're like, you know what's good for this is this. Yeah. Man, I've tried slacklining. It's not easy.
It's not.
You can't take away the difficulty of it.
And also, it's pretty impressive. Don't get me wrong. I think that people who are really good at it are really good at it, but I think there's certain things, like you were saying, that kind of correlate, but...
It's just... Dude, I've tried. It's tough, man. You get one leg on, your knee starts going boop, 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 and you can't...
Disco leg? You can't
you got nothing. You're like, now you just got to step off and try again.
Yeah.
Dude, it is pretty tough. Slacklining, as much as heat it gets from people who think they're cooler than anybody else, which... It's like, I bet you people who play that slap ball where you put it into a net.
Spike ball?
I bet you they think slacklining is dumb. Those guys.
Yeah.
Because it's just the way it is, right? When you look at that game. But, yeah.
Like, why would you be,
both those games are fun. It's like, that's just different, just like playing bocce.
Sure.
Or like lawn darts.
I think that, there's obviously, like we were saying, there's certain things you can do, but they kind of help with other activities and make you more comfortable.
So being in an active town, getting up on a ladder and painting could be easier than a lot of people just because it's like less, they're willing to have their balance tested.
It's so funny, like, yeah.
I suppose so stupid.
We shouldn't talk about this on this, but it's like you get yourself into a position where you're fixing a ladder that's like, okay, I'm good to go, and you're looking at it, you're like, but it's okay, it's fine.
Or you just put a rocker onto the one side. It's just like
I have never.
No, I'm not saying you do it. I'm saying, but like people, it's inevitable that people just do shit. You're like, I got this. You get it covered, right? But what I'm saying is, at least in this part of this world, where we're at, per capita, there are probably people better at ladders than most places.
What else would they be good at?
I don't know. You could, like shimmying across something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Extreme zip lining or something.
Sure, catching themselves before they fall down the stairs.
Sure.
Like pretty good at that.
Yeah.
You ever fallen down the stairs before?
Oh yeah. Recently too.
Really?
Yeah. A couple of friends of mine, they moved into a new place in Bayshores, and they just got their floors waxed,
right,
and a fresh pair of socks on. Honestly, I started at the top and I thought I would stop, and I didn't. And my buddy Alex caught me, and I thought I broke his wrist, and broke his Apple Watch at the same time. Like it was.
Apple Watch.
Yeah.
Why does falling down the stairs? It can be either very traumatic or hilarious.
Yeah.
Like in movies, it's portrayed as like
this
it can be shown as like it could be part of a horror movie where it's like falling the stairs, clunk clunk. Or it could be part of a funny movie where just someone falls down the stairs. Like, why? It's got such a broad range. Falling down the stairs has such a broad range of uses. For
also,
people.
It's pretty, you could really hurt
and it can be traumatizing. You can be fucked, for sure, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure people
break your neck,
People falling down the stairs before have been ruined, for sure.
Well.
But I wonder why, like, anyway, I don't wonder anything. It's funny how it's in movies, but it can be anyway.
But it's not funny. It shouldn't be funny in movies, but it's portrayed to be funny in movies,
No.
But anyway, I cleaned socks on, dude, and they just got their floors waxed, and it's one of I couldn't stop. Like I tried to, and it just wouldn't work.
If you have the chance, will you slide across hardwood floor in socks?
Oh yeah.
Like even without any prompting, you just go and do it. I love it.
You do it at home all the time?
I do it all the time, dude. I do it all the time here, for sure. Yeah. I think anybody, if you have a house and you have hardwood floors and you don't run across them and slide in your socks,
got carpenter.
You need to just rip the floors up and put down some carpet because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you have anywhere in your house where there's more than like maybe 8 feet, maybe 15 feet of hardwood floor, which is most houses, if you don't slide on that hardwood floor once a day, just tear it up.
Tear it up. Yeah. What's the point?
You're ruining it.
You might as well have warm feet when you wake up.
Yeah, we're all worried about the wood and forest. Is don't put on your floor if you're not going to slide across it.
For sure.
Right?
Exactly.
It's a scene, dude.
It's a health hazard for sure. And
because you know what though, what's it called there? For mountain biking, the tire fluid. You put it in your tire. It's like the goop you put in your tire when you have no tubes in your tire. You put this goop in it called stands.
Okay.
So it's like this goopy glue that like fills all the holes, so you can pump it up and it seals it for you. If you get that on your hardwood floor and then wipe it off and don't get it off, it's a fucking skating rink, man. I had it over there by the door like a few months ago. I ate shit right by my TV because I dumped it on the floor. I didn't notice.
And it's super slippy.
Yeah, if you wipe it off, it leaves like a shiny film.
Oh, nice. Yeah. It's good if you want to slip and slide around.
Because you can see it. You can't see it now, but in the light, that's how I knew what it was because I saw it in the light and it bounced off. Anyway, yeah, riveting information here for our podcast viewers.
It's good to know.
There was something I had on my phone that I wanted to talk about. So it was what we talked about groceries, where we like if you see someone with toilet paper, that's all they have. You know they have a problem. And then the next thing, what was that? We talked about that too. We had a discussion about it. That'd be funny to talk about. And I can't look now because it's on my phone. But anyway, we talked about this. That podcast, that pothole down the road's gone.
Which one? Oh,
yeah, it sucks.
You seem pretty beat up about that.
Dude, I drove through that thing every day. There's a pothole down the street from my house. It's in the perfect spot to smash somebody with a puddle. I've never done it, but it's just been something. It's something like you get to giggle every day when you drive by it. You're like, one day.
It's like going through the water slide. You know,
yeah.
Throw your hands up.
Yeah, but I drive by and I'm like, I kind of like get in. I'm like, bam, I would have got that person if there was somebody there. And then they're ripping it up. They're ripping up the road.
You ever choke somebody like that?
No, I don't think it's fair.
I have a couple times.
On purpose, really?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do it.
I think it was people I knew. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one.
A stranger.
Me and my brothers were driving. Yeah. Me and my two brothers were driving one day, and we're driving on the wrong side of the street. We noticed the puddle on the other side.
Right.
And my brother's like two friends from school, my middle brothers, and he's like, Pete, you have to go do it, man. So we turn around, and then we drive right through this puddle, and it was pretty big, and we drenched them. Right. I think I almost like autoplaned under with the water. I went that quick. It was like that bad, and we drenched them. It was. I
mean, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it right. You got to soak them.
I feel like there's part of you like because I used to walk to school a lot, and you used to know where you were gonna get soaked.
Right.
You know, so you like, hey, you just time it and make sure there's nobody driving past you in these big puddles. And
yeah, I mean, I've been hit. I would say just a little bit less than significantly by trucks going by and spraying stuff. But I have been hit pretty good driving on the highway, and it's like slushy, like warm winter out, and. Like on Highway 99 where the medians are, driving along and just somebody coming across and the snow hitting them, it's kind of bouncing over the median and coming right in my own window. I got soaked with like highway slush. That's happened before, but I've never been like pedestrian style like soaked. Which I'd be fucking furious if it happened with me. Even though
it's pretty funny.
Sitting here knowing how funny it is to think about it, like doing it. I still think I double standard myself and get fucking mad about getting soaked, even though I really think it's funny that it happened to somebody.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it to anybody. I think it's really just a hard thing to do.
It's
I can't believe you did it to somebody.
Yeah, it was very funny though.
Joking. It is hilarious. I mean, but to a buddy, to a stranger,
totally.
It's even funnier, but it's not.
You could ruin their day.
Like that. The amount of times I laugh thinking about hitting a stranger with a huge puddle of water, it makes me laugh. But I can't.
Give it a go.
We can't do it.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
We.
What do you think if that would do if you're a karma man? how many points out of 50 points? How many points do you think you'd lose in your life if you soak somebody with a puddle? That's almost like a 30-point loss.
I was gonna say 20.
20 still.
Yeah.
I mean, even half.
That's substantial.
It's a huge hit. Because I mean, the peak would be, I guess, murder would be 50. Would murder be 50?
I think so. It's up there for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if it's whatever the scale is, it's the max. So
Sure.
50 is the max of murder. So soaking someone with a puddle like that would be like 10, maybe 5. It would have to be like, it'd be like 5.
It's hard to say.
But it's a funny 5.
Yeah, exactly. And like so like the karma mightn't be good, but
dude,
might be funny.
Dude, the hilarity factor. It's a dream. It's a dream. I don't.
So you've never soaked anybody at that one?
No.
You want like?
I've thought about it every day, man.
Really?
Every time there's a puddle there, I'm like, psh, and it goes, dude. It fucking goes exactly across the sidewalk. Like it would hit you from here to your feet, soaked. It's the fucking because it bounces off the curb.
You texted Zach as soon as you kind of found out about it, right? He was like,
"Well, I made an Instagram. I made an Instagram post about it, and then I just texted my friend Zach saying, there goes the puddle."
Yeah. You seem pretty beat up.
He's like, "I saw." He's like, "I thought of you."
Oh.
Yeah, but it's gone. They're tearing it up. So the puddle that I adore is gone.
It's just gonna be
boring. It's gonna be smooth sailing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna see so many pedestrians now walk in that spot from now on.
You should just have a bottle of water in your passenger seat or something like that.
Just spare the window.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when you talk about a red car, you buy a red car, all you see is red cars. Yeah. Now that puddle's gone, I'm gonna see this pedestrians walking by.
There'll be like tour groups every time you drive past there.
Yeah, fucking just a bunch of people standing there. Dude. Yeah,
I'll just have a bucket of water ready.
Pete, go! You throw it out the window. I'll be like, okay, hit it. You just check out the window, dude. That'd be pretty funny.
We just have to sit there all day.
Man, that would make me laugh.
Sit at Doug's house and watch. Wait for people to walk past and then go from there.
That kind of shit's funny. But when something bad happens, like all these Instagram channels that we see where it's like kids getting hurt and some of the stuff is so fucking funny, man.
Yeah.
But some stuff, I think when you don't know what the outcome is, I can't take it. I'm like, You can kind of tell when things didn't go right.
Sure.
Like that fucking car. That is in that fucking sinkhole and the lights are on. I'm like, someone's fucking in there, man.
They've drove into that thing.
Someone's fucking in there. It's like, it's crazy, dude, because I'm like, someone do something. Don't
just don't film it. Yeah.
Because it's not funny. It's horrible.
But
I'm like,
we don't know that too.
But I'm like, well, the lights wouldn't be on because there's nobody else around.
They just think there was just a puddle and then.
Connor sent me our friend Connor sent me a picture of another video of it. It's the reverse where it starts to. It's like later on, like it's like the continued version. I'm like, they're still in the fucking puddle. No one's alive. Like, yeah. Anyway, no one knows what the fuck we're talking about right now. If you go to Instagram, there's a video.
They'll know.
Oh, everyone's seen it.
Everybody's seen it.
Yeah, it's a video of this car fell into a sinkhole while he was a bump. I swear someone, it's not good. It's a bad scene. Anyway.
We don't know that.
People send me so much funny shit, man. Oh, dude. Anyway. How long has this been?
We
got something. Ouch. It's been 35 minutes. We gotta get an hour out of this. I'm just joking.
We do though.
It seems like 35 minutes doesn't seem very long.
It goes so quick.
It's
every
fast.
time, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're like, when we talk about something, you're like.
Yeah. Did you ever finish? You said you were gonna do. You said you were doing some rope course, Irata.
Mm-hmm.
Did you do it?
No.
No, you never did it.
No,
I would have known. I guess.
Yeah, it was more just with COVID and everything else.
Right.
I just decided not to. So, and I was hoping I could go home whenever I was like trying to do it, and then it just didn't work out. So,
dude,
because I'd love to go back and do it. It'd be a great course. It's really.
You do it back home?
I could.
Ireland?
Yeah, it's all the same.
Ireland?
Yeah, but I wouldn't want to. I think it'd be better to do it here.
Can you say Ireland for me?
Ireland.
Ireland. So you kind of drop the D more and you lose the E, right?
Ireland.
You keep the D.
Yeah.
Ireland. I feel like it's Ireland.
Remember that we were having dinner the other night and there's the table beside us and they were asking about the UK and everything else and.
No.
Yeah, remember?
Where was that?
Harajuku. We're sitting outside, and there's a table next to us.
They weren't talking to us though.
They were talking. Yeah, I kind of jumped in. You might have left for a sec, but
Go to the washroom, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
You were talking to them. Oh, I wasn't there for that.
They were having a conversation about GB and UK. And
you were like, "Oh, I'll straighten you out and tell you the right thing." Right? Okay.
And then there was a girl who was from Newcastle who was there. Newcastle upon Tyne in the UK.
Isn't Newcastle super old place?
It is. Yeah, pretty super old. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
It's not weird, right?
Not really. It's more of a just a classic northern English city. It's a good spot. We've there's a couple of like famous TV shows growing up that came out of there, and they've got a very strong accent. I'm not going to try and do it
in English. Is what?
So here's the thing. They've got the the difference between the accents back home is like 20 minutes. And somebody can be 10, 15 minutes away, and it's completely different, right? Very.
That's.
Especially like for me in Belfast, like you go from Belfast to Portadown or Craigavon, which are 20 minutes away.
Right.
It's not a geography lesson here, right? Nobody cares.
No, it's interesting because we kind of have it here, but it's like a 5-hour drive to hear somebody
totally.
go too many times.
The only difference I hear in Canadian accents is between everywhere in Canada and then Newfoundland.
Yeah, well, it's got a lot of influence from Ireland and Scotland and England.
I was chatting to a guy at a house party when I first got here, and we were just talking. I was like, "So whereabouts in Dublin are you from?" He's like, "Oh, I'm from Newfoundland." I was like, "What?
Fucking A.
No way." Yeah. I could have sworn he was from Dublin.
Well, he's not that far away. He's what, like, how long of a boat ride is that? 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's pretty short. Yeah.
No, just joking. But yeah, it is because that's kind of. There's a real mix that they have.
But what I'm saying, like, because I'm sure a lot of people regardless of where you come from in the UK or Ireland, and you come here, people really struggle to kind of differentiate the different little accents. But
yeah,
it all just sounds either English, Scottish, or Welsh or Irish, right?
Yeah, and I don't know how like if you go from as far as east in Canada as you can and start to move your way west, because
when does it change?
Well, but you lose it, but you go right into French, so you don't even get to English until. You don't. I know it's English in the East Coast. I'm an idiot, but like when you go from the heavy East Coast accent,
yep,
and you make your way west to get to lose the accent, you hit a French wall, and then you come into Ontario. So it's interesting that it's because they have like the people in that area kind of call themselves Cajuns too, right? Obviously, but it's interesting that you go from like a lot of influence from like Ireland and English stuff, and then it goes into a hard French. It's kind of the same way as it's set up in Europe almost. Well, not exactly, but like it's like still so close, and all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah,
because there's no like Newfoundland accent drifting in from Quebec.
There's not like a nice transition.
Yeah, it's like stop. Yeah,
it's just one of those ones we.
But it's interesting you thought that because like that's. I mean, I haven't been out there in so long, but it's probably super.
Oh yeah, no, I was kind of like, there's no way this guy's from somewhere else. I can swear he's from Dublin.
But then if you go to the U.S. there, it's not even close. If you cross the border, as soon as you get to the cross the border section, it's not the same. It's just they don't. It's a different. The accent changes like
every state. The state line comes, you hit a line. And
have you ever seen? It's like Fred Armisen, for drummers only. It's drummers only. I think it's called. It's a stand up it's like a 1-man show thing.
Okay.
And dude, he goes through. He puts a world map up on the screen. He's got a point like a stick, and he does an accent in every major region of the United States and even Canada. It is electric, dude. Yeah, it is really good. It's amazing.
So there's people who are very good at accents.
Yeah.
And I nothing annoys me more when people try and do them and they're terrible at them. It's like, no, don't do that. It's not good. But hey, there's some people who are, and you've seen a bunch of videos online of people be like, okay, here's a challenge. You're going to do an accent from Australia, and you got to do an Australian accent, right?
I've been doing. We're working on a set right now. There's lots of Australian guys, and I've been doing the accent a bunch. I'm sure it's annoying.
Yeah.
And it's funny though. But yeah, I mean, I think if you don't live in a town where there's accents, you wouldn't do them. I wonder if you have to be exposed, or if there's like a gene that's like so and so is going to be.
Yeah,
it's got to be.
I just think if it's whether the way you hear it or what, but I'm terrible at all. I try to do an Australian accent, and it's actually funnier for me to try and do it. And
I think
you know,
if you're like a musician who can learn songs by ear, I wonder if you could, if you try to do impressions and you could figure out impressions by ear as well and mouth them the same.
Yeah.
It's got to be that same type of like thought process or brain pattern that teach you to do that.
For sure. Yeah.
If you hear a song, like, I know that song just by out. But if you're like, you drop a Scottish accent right away.
Do you know anybody like that can do that?
Jeff's not bad at it, man.
Yeah,
He can kind of pick up some shit pretty quickly. I don't know though. I used
to know a guy that played piano back home, and he was like able to listen to something and then play it.
Yeah, right.
Piano, you know, it was like
that's weird
insane
to me.
Yeah,
it's good.
Yeah.
If you know the instrument, sure. If you don't know the instrument, it's a different thing. But if you know the instrument, yeah, you pick it up and play. Yeah, I don't know.
But it's like there's like a little bit of like you kind of teeter it a little bit, and then then within a couple of minutes.
I also wonder like. I have like a Scottish heritage. If maybe I'd be better at the Scottish accent because of that, because like genetically I kind of came from there. There's like an ancestral thing.
Sure, but I don't think so.
Well, who's to say?
You're gonna try and do one right now.
No, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna ruin it. I'd never do one, but yeah, I wonder.
I'll wait till later. Yeah, sure, but it's you know,
it's for later.
I love when people try and do an Irish accent and it's really bad.
I think everyone does all three accents at once. They go from English, Irish, and Scottish all at once, and they think they've got either one.
Yeah. And then that's. Oh, whereabouts in Scotland are you from? I'm not from
Scotland. But fuck you. Can you do a good English accent?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't try to.
Okay. Right.
That's the whole point, dude. I know that I'm not good at it, so I don't do it.
Yeah.
It's when people are terrible at it and they think they're funny and they try to do it, right? I just and then they'll be like. You're like, oh, am I supposed to laugh at this now?
Right, yeah. It's tough for sure because everyone's an expert in their own accent.
I feel like since we haven't had that many people come through Whistler from all over the world, right? You know, like it's
you get exposed to a bunch, you forget that nobody cares.
Totally,
really.
yeah.
You forget that accents even matter.
People do care though, and that's the whole point, right? People love hearing about where.
To my mom's husband, every time he hears an accent, he's like, I'm like, he lays it down. He's like, you from here? You from there? I'm like, here we go. It makes me laugh. Because it makes me laugh, actually. I'm like, because I'm like, I know, but I also am like, whatever, it just happens.
Totally, exactly.
I just think
it's just fun. Like I think it's it comes back to what we're talking about. Like when you get down to those starting a conversation, that's a good way to start it, right? You know.
I think if you're from somewhere where it's because you came from somewhere where there aren't a lot of accents, or you're a certain age. If you're above like 60 right now, boom, you're asking where you're from, no matter where you go.
Because you want to know.
Slice accent, right?
Yeah.
You know, even a weird sneeze. Where are you from? So I think, but then there's also like, if you're from a town where there's no accent, you're like, oh, you're intrigued. So innocently you ask, I guess. Yeah, I think it's geography / an age. Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who are, you know, who just want to make a joke and they want to try it. And it's like, they're not good.
I think old people eat with their mouth full a bunch too.
Too much.
Yeah. While they're asking you where you're from, their mouth's full of like garlic bread or something.
Or soft food that they can eat.
Soft food.
Yeah. Blended.
Dude, speaking of old people's food, when I was hurt, man, I drank, you know those insurers or like that, it's like Boost or what's a Boost? Is it Boost? It's like
like a shake.
It's like a Nutri-Shake in a thing. Well, this one's called an Ensure, and it's for seniors. Like it's supposed to have all your proteins.
Was it nice?
I love them.
Yeah.
But you look at the ingredients, it was like plastic, urethane. Like the ingredients are just out of control. It was just disgusting. But I drank them all the time, and
is that when your mouth was like?
I couldn't eat. I just didn't have any teeth, and so I remember I would just get cases of it, dude. It was. But speaking of, I don't know where we're getting at, but I think old people eating food, I guess. But like, Ensures, I ate them, dude. It was gross. And they were like literally like synthetic food, but they sell them by the crate. And in like Shoppers Drug Mart, you can.
Did you feel full after? Like
for sure. But they tasted good.
Yeah.
After a while, you know when like Cliff Bars don't taste good, but they taste good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. You know, they're kind of like, but I need them, so I'm gonna eat them.
Sure.
But dude, I would drink one now and just be like, I would fall back into dreamland for sure. They're pretty good.
Feel pretty nostalgic.
Yeah.
By the time you.
What's the gross thing you've ever eaten?
Oh.
Do you even know? Like,
no, I don't think so.
Have you eaten like alive? Anything alive?
No, I don't think.
Nothing alive.
No, because I'm pretty grossed out by all that stuff.
Nothing alive.
No. I would. You know, whenever you see people going to, you know, Japan and doing that whole kind
Right.
of, live thing. I'm not.
Have you eaten any like sexual organ of an animal ever? Like
no, not yet.
Not yet. Classic Pete. Not yet. Classic Pete. I don't know if I've eaten anything like that before. I've never eaten a live fish. The grossest thing I've ever eaten before. I don't know. I think liver, maybe like chicken liver. That's pretty fucking gross.
Yeah,
they're like this big. It's fucking don't do it.
I've not that I'm a picky eater, but I just would never.
Like imagine like chalky potatoes. It's kind of like it's really weird.
Yeah.
With like a liver sense to it, you know.
Yeah.
It's fucking gross. I don't think.
I watch all those shows like Survival. You watch like Survivor, and they eat all this stuff, right? You know.
Or like Fear Factor. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. Like I've never eaten a bull testicle, or like eating bull nuts or whatever it is, or like a dinosaur dick, or whatever. They eat like weird shit, right?
Yeah, they do.
I think Rogan was saying they got kicked off TV because they're gonna make people drink bull semen.
Oh yeah.
That's why they got booted. That's why they got the show kicked off the air, I guess.
Yeah. I mean that's a good reason.
I mean, yeah.
There has to be a line,
don't
right?
do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. That's a weird thing, man. Don't do that.
Why does it have to be any? You know, I'm sure there'd be something pretty close that they could have picked.
Just be like, I'm cool, I'm good, but you get $1 million, dude. You're like, fuck. That's the thing.
Would you do it for $1 million?
Who? Eat bull semen?
Yeah.
$1 million. I probably would. $1 million.
You know,
I mean, fuck.
That's something. You know, it depends on the situation.
It's not. $1 million, dude. I don't know. But the thing is, you're on TV. Everyone's seeing you do it.
Yeah.
You
don't want to be that
four
person.
guys in a room, like, dude, eat this bull semen, like $1 million. You're like, okay, and then say share or something, whatever. I don't even know. It's fucking disgusting.
It's really bad.
But $1 million, dude.
I know.
Even $100,000.
Me and Dom always talk about.
There's no bull there. You don't think get it out of the bull. It's there.
Exactly. That $1 million if you have to get it.
You fucking good luck. That bull would lose his mind before you even got a chance to. Dude, there's no. You're like, okay, $1 million, but you gotta get it first. You fucking get
we'll give you 500,000 if you have it, but if you want $1 million, you gotta go get it.
Get it yourself. Oh man, that's a funny joke. Holy shit. $100,000 will just give it to you right now. You drink it. If you want $1 million, you gotta get it yourself. That fucking.
It's a little bit of an incentive to work it out, right? You know, like how hard can it be? It's fine.
Oh man, that's pretty funny, dude. That's hilarious. You gotta get it yourself. I mean, would you do that for $1 million, dude? $100,000 is fine with me. Get it yourself.
Yeah.
For you couldn't do it because you'd have to. The logistics are a nightmare to get that for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Anyway,
but it could be worth it. I don't know,
dude. $1 million.
Yeah.
You would need to. You need to be fucking Iron Man or Batman or something.
I don't know.
There's no way
because for $1 million.
I would bet you $1 million. No one would be able to get that out of a bull for $1 million in just like, hey, go do this now, like in a room or like we're in a
shed. We're
in this little grass closed in. We're in the. What do they call the
hey,
area?
Go work it out in the pen, right? You know?
Yeah, well, maybe at the Stampede. This man $1 million if he grabs this bull semen and drinks it.
It give you like the the bunny shot at the basketball game. Yeah. And now we've got pick your seat and you get it.
We got Dave from Nebraska here. He's gonna chase this bull down and get it semen out of it and drink it for $1 million.
But if we get a form, it'll only be $100,000.
$100,000. What do you guys think? $1 million. $1 million. Yeah, I don't know. That's one of the funniest things I've heard in a while. We dragged it out, but dude, if you like get it yourself for $1 million. I don't think I would do that.
No.
Well, that's risking your life.
You ever watch those professionals do it at the Stampede? Like, hold on.
Here, hop on this bull's back and hang on for 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Dude, they make it like 1 second. They're like, it's a huge ride. 1 second.
The thing that annoys me the most when I watch those guys is they change their wrist like every 4 times. Like, it's like this. It's like it was good the first time, right?
No, they're losing their mind.
Totally. Well, it's like, what else? Like, you're not going to make it any better. You know?
Yeah, but
don't overthink it, okay?
I know they're like, is this thing on? They're like, am I connected here? They just check 4 times.
Sure.
It's like a belay on, just check a couple times.
Yeah, self-checks, right?
The figure 8 you make, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like,
they're
and then someone goes, and the bull goes fucking out the gates, dude.
It's good to watch though. I love watching.
I don't understand, like, You can't just hop in there and do it. Some guys wear goalie masks now.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because they get hit, they get the back.
Yeah, that's okay.
They get the back of
And
the
they got the
bull's
full like
shoulders
chest,
and the
like,
chest.
kind of like thing, you know, like
Because the bull goes up and they go down and they go wham and they blow the jaw apart.
I get that. I'm glad they do.
They're trying to get the semen out of that thing to get $1 million. That's the whole goal. No one's ever done it. That's why it's
You could have a face mask on when you're doing
at the rodeo. Just no one's ever been able to get to that point. Now they're like we've been trying for years. Because you could chase down a cow and wrap its legs around. That's fucked up, by the way. When you chase down a little calf.
And you do it in like 3 seconds or something like that.
And they're like, dude, you just tackle the baby cow and tie its legs
good for you. Yeah, good for you.
Crushing it. No,
nice.
Drinking for
$50
$50,000.
Yeah.
You could do the bull for $1 million or like little baby cow for $50,000.
Totally. Well,
that stuff's so weird, man.
But it's You go to the Stampede and it's a lot of people love it.
At least they aren't eating them. Imagine those cows get eaten 10 years later because they're big enough to be a hamburger.
They're
getting tackled for their whole. It's
dude.
Now you're gonna what?
It's gnarly, dude.
And they're like, you're gonna make me. Now you're gonna make me a what? Oh, damn! They must be like, you know what? We've been dragging you through the mud for first 10 years of your life. You get to just hang out. They retire those guys, maybe. I hope so.
I'd like to think so. Right? They do that,
dude. First, you run them into the ground, tie his feet up 4 times a year for 5 years, and then
in 4 seconds,
and then you put them in a Big Mac. That's crazy, man.
They gotta.
It's only I don't know. I think that's anyway. So long story short, I think that's why Fear Factor got kicked off the air. It's fucking Will Seaman. Have you ever been to a rodeo or anything like that?
Yeah.
Pemberton one's cool. They're like when they like they run around the barrels, a horse.
Yeah,
they're fucking giving her, dude. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's super impressive.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. And like the kids come out and they all run around. It's pretty cool. They're all doing their own thing on the horse stuff. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
They do this, right? That's what we're doing. So they do it. Dance around.
Just bunch of those all running around the place, huh? We there's not so much of a rodeo back home, but it's more of like a farmers kind of meet up,
right?
Bunch of farmers and tractors. And
we had those too, where it's like, how big's your pig? It's the biggest pig of the town.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
My next door neighbor had pigs. Wasn't really supposed to. Ernie.
His name's Ernie. I knew a guy named Ernie. Yes, right.
Yeah. He was like 80 years old.
Always.
Oh, he was old.
He's always.
The guy electrocuted himself when he was cutting the lawn of his front grass. Right. He had one of the electric lawnmowers with a cable. He went over the cable with the lawnmower.
Yeah.
Poor guy was like 80 years old when he did that.
Wow.
He was okay. Walked it off.
Electrified him back into life a little bit.
There's one day, there was one of his pigs escaped.
Nature's defib.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. One of your second lives, right?
Yeah.
We see him out with a big sheet of like wood. He's like this with a stick. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? And then obviously this big sow, this big pig comes walking past our front driveway. It's like, oh, the pigs have got out again, huh? And that guy should not have had livestock.
I didn't know anybody with livestock. Actually, I didn't know a few people. I knew this girl named Dawn got kicked by a horse. Standard story.
That's horrible.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Pretty easy. Again, out of all the there's a couple of those videos floating around too.
You imagine getting kicked by a horse, dude?
I know.
Kicked by a horse? The fuck.
Every time you see them, they're bad.
Man, I can't even imagine.
The chest.
I kicked in the horse and then by the chest by a horse, dude. Oh, fucking awful.
Somebody's just walking along. Next thing you know, they're
having
trouble breathing. They can't do
it. Pete? He got kicked in the chest by a horse, man. Yeah, fucking knock him.
What happened? Dude. I got kicked by a horse.
Well, I don't want to call any names. I know a guy got kicked in the face by a horse. He's fine now, but yeah. Dude, getting kicked by a horse, man. It's almost like the same thing as getting hit by a bus. It's the same. He got hit by a bus. Oh, it's kind of like comedic versus it could be tragic. It's the same thing as falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
Kicked by a horse is as funny as it is tragic as falling down the stairs. Same with hit by a bus.
But could have also the serious.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it could be tragic. Yeah,
for sure. But I hate horses.
Have you ever?
Do you like horses?
Well, when I'm gluing stuff together, I like horses.
Okay.
Yeah, but I love horses, man. Horses are great.
Dude, no, they're.
What's wrong with them? They're not like birds. Birds are fucking gross. Every bird's gross, by the way.
Really?
Dude.
Every bird.
What bird do you want? Who wants to pet a bird?
What about a parrot?
You're not pet. I mean, sure, but still a bird.
It talks to you and
You
everything.
don't pet feathers. It's weird, man. It's like petting a pen from the fucking 1500s or whatever the fuck.
Let me put it this
I would
way.
pet eagle. Sorry, I pet eagle. Eagle. Okay, sure. I pet eagle.
Okay.
Eagles are cool to pet.
Yeah. They're
Maybe a
cool.
flamingo too.
Yeah. Stands in one leg.
And maybe a cool duck from the dock there. Yeah.
Yeah, see. If it's
But I'm not
like
gonna pet a crow. Sorry, crows. You guys know a lot of shit. Apparently, I'm looking everywhere. Yeah, but I don't know if I'd pet a crow.
It knows too much.
It'd be like, dude, I can tell you're not into this. I can
exactly.
tell you're just faking
But
it.
I'm picking up on something. Don't make it weird. You know.
Would you pet a turkey?
Yeah.
Under here.
I don't think that's patting a turkey, but
You cut that out. Would you put a turkey under here? I don't think so. Oh my god. Oh, it's hilarious. Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Right. It's not even that funny. Sorry, everybody, but anyway. Oh man, that'd be funny. Would you pet? What animal would you not pet? If someone's you have to pet it, what would you not pet? Maybe a reptile. I mean, snake. Fine, you can say snake, but you can't use snake.
What? I don't know. Yeah, like obviously that's common sense, right?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like.
So
if a snake wasn't venomous, would you pet a snake? It doesn't feel that great. It feels okay. I've had a snake around my neck before. It's fine.
Yeah.
But like,
dude, there's some people's dogs I struggle to read, right? You're like,
would you pet a hairless dog or hairless cat? It's weird, right? It's like petting like a leather handbag that's alive.
And it, barks at you.
Yeah, it's like a squirmy fucking hip sack or something.
I don't know. If I was.
Yeah, I don't know. There's very few animals that I wouldn't pet.
Well, you couldn't because you get allergies, man.
Yeah, but even just like danger factor versus just
you'd be there, you'd be like sneezing like right away.
Well, there's a danger texture balance, Like you wouldn't go pet a bear because you get murdered. Like you're not gonna do that. Even a tame bear, I wouldn't go pet a tame bear.
And you get wicked allergies from it too.
Yeah, I just pass out.
Yeah.
But then like I wouldn't pet an alligator, and it would feel weird. But I'd pet a frog.
Your allergies would be fine.
But I'd pet a frog, but it feels weird as the alligator, but it wouldn't be dangerous, so I'd pet a frog.
Do you ever see the videos that people like lick
I think
frogs?
it's a thing. I think you can actually. I think it's a thing.
Yeah.
I think it's like a.
Well, that's where it all kind of started.
Well, it's kind of like there's like a DMT experiment.
Yeah,
it's called like toading or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I don't know exactly what it's called, but I think it's toading or something toad.
Sure. Sounds good.
Yeah, I mean you don't really you don't actually lick the toad, but it's like the toad's like excretion or something.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's $1 million. You gotta get it yourself.
Yeah.
It's $1 million.
Next thing you're eating a frog, and then
you're chasing a frog around. I thought it was a bull. Yeah.
You have like a trip for the next 2 years, and that's it.
I don't know. I would like to try. I would like to try something like that. I would definitely. I don't know if I'd lick a toad, but I would try whatever the thing is. I would try it. Like, why not? If there's like a guy there watching you, it'd be fine. I mean, you might go loopy or jump off the other end, but you come out of it.
It's like a rite of passage, and a lot of people do. Like they have these.
Well, I wonder. Like you can do things like there's like ketamine therapy now, like ayahuasca therapy. There's like DMT therapy. There's like
I heard about there's mushroom like kind of like
psilocybin for sure.
Yeah,
therapy on that.
Yeah.
Like there's MDMA therapy. I mean, it's probably what the people thought of cannabis 10 years ago, and they were like it's medicine. They're like no, it's not. You're like well, it is. And then
I'm sure in the right amount too, but.
Yeah, I think the ketamine therapy you go like three or four sessions, but they put you into like you don't just go and do it. You go. I was listening to this a couple of days ago in the podcast, and you go through like a few sessions first, and they tell you if you're fit for it. They're going to give you ketamine at some point, but like I think they actually do other stuff before they just jump you in a room and dump you full of ketamine.
You're gonna end up in
and the MDMA one I think is like they give you a pretty solid dose, like ketamine. They give you a pretty solid dose, but it's like intravenous. And then they acknowledge the next day or two after that dip. But I think there is a toad one for real in the U.S. or maybe Panama somewhere. I don't know what it happens. I don't know how legitimate it is, but it happens. And then there's all that kind of stuff. I don't know if there's no doobie ones where you just go smoke weed with your buddy with the doctor, which would be hilarious. And you just sit there. But apparently, have you seen You Can't Kill David Arquette?
No.
So he's, you know who David Arquette is? He's an actor.
Yeah.
His sister Rosanna Arquette, maybe. Anyway, and he was married to Courtney Cox for a while, I believe. Maybe still is, can't remember. Anyway, he was in WWE. He became like a superstar in WWE.
Yeah.
And then so they show him, and he did a documentary called "You Can't Kill David Arquette." It talks about him going through his life of ups and downs, WWE, becoming shunned from kind of like entertainment and from WWE, and then coming back to life again. And he had ketamine therapy. There was a point where he's losing his mind, he's resisting restraint in the doctor's office. We talked about how good it was, and it worked for him.
Yeah.
Theo Vaughn did DMT therapy in Hawaii. DMT, I think.
Yeah.
But he said it helped him quit. He said he stopped smoking.
Yeah.
He said that it's helped him some anxiety, stuff like that. So,
Sure.
I mean, I don't know. None of us are doctors here. Everyone's just doing drugs, pretty much.
And it's all still kind of new too, right? You know, we'll soon find out. But you know, it's just don't go like a frog or a toad, and you'll be all right. You know?
Yeah, just go look at toad across the street. But when all the toads do the migration, the baby toads in Lost Lake, when's that? Do you know?
I'm not too sure because they closed the whole thing.
They shut that shit down for it. It's like when you're a toad, you get arrested for sure. But it's like there's like thousands of baby toads that go. Shout out to baby toads if you're one of them. Hope you make it this year.
Good for you.
And if it hasn't been this year yet, hope it happens. Whenever it happens, I hope you make it because
it's gonna be a good year.
We're rooting for you.
Yeah.
There's thousands of you, so they
just keep going.
They made that whole like if you go through Lost Lake and Whistler, they go through that, like that. There's like that wall they built. Toe blocker. The baby toe blocker.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, Pete, I don't know. It's been an hour and 6 minutes, I think. So we should, and it's only 8:15.
No, it's not. It's later than that.
No, it's 8:15. Thanks for. Should we keep going?
No, dude. Let's wrap it up.
Okay, this one time. No, I'm just joking. Okay, cool. Thanks, buddy, for coming on my show.
It's good to be back.
Keep drinking beer.
Yeah.
Maybe play some Warzone or whatever. But yeah, Kootenai True Ale. What do you got there? Fat Tug.
Classic.
Shout out Coast Mountain Brewery.
Cheers,
man.
Thanks for having me.
See you, buddy. Yeah,
Cheers.
Chat soon. Should we edit though for real? We should keep talking.
Can do if you want.
I'm just all right. Bye, everyone. You can find Pete at Pete's _ account, like Pete's account underscore in between Pete's an account.
You gotta be careful how you say it.
Yeah, he's not Pete. Is not account. Pete's a good guy. Now you can follow me at Proctagon. You can go to my YouTube channel. You can go to my Spotify. You can go to iTunes. You can go to You can go support me whenever you can. Peace. Thanks.